to say, oh, well, let me help you, little black. Well, no, we don't need your help. There's like a whole thing that goes on in their identity in terms of them negotiating their guilt around their whiteness once they have awareness of it. Now, that's not our business. At the end of the day, I'm not invested in training white folks anymore. I already did that, bro. What I found is it's the same bullshit. Those who want to be woke and wake up and want to have awareness and are open to the conversation, they will be. Those who are closed, there's no information in the world that will change their worldview. So I just leave them be. Okay. Now, I've seen some people invest their energy in their life. I feel like, they have enough of me by just being black that I don't need to spend my energy in my life trying to redirect their ignorance. Because you look at this shit, and I think the best examples are the people who are deep supporters of Trump breaking into the Capitol. If a motherfucker wants to think the election was stolen, they will break into the Capitol. Those people believe with their whole hearts they were doing the right thing. They believe they're pioneers for social justice. That's what they believe.
Okay.
You can't tell them nothing, bro. No matter the facts that you give them. So fuck them.
Okay. So again,
them. Let them go.
I get it.
Go with peace.
I get it. We have to say fuck them. We say fuck them. We work.
We're saying that it's slang. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I'm just making sure. So we say fuck them. We work on ourselves. Then what?
The possibilities is, if you're really asking the question genuinely, are infinite. They're infinite. And where I am in my writing and where I am in my thinking is the question. Then what? So I've started to think about, what does it mean if I stop understanding myself as a racial being, but as a person who is seen as a racial being? I start to say, who might I build relationships with? If I start seeing us all as human, and many of them distracted, how might I connect with people differently? What topics might I think on if I'm not thinking on the topic of race? How might I be free to think?
Okay.
How might I be free to live? And what clothes might I wear? How might I dress? How might I speak? If I'm free to just think as a spiritual being rather than one that's steeped in these social constructs. And that's transracial, trans-religious, I'm thinking about all of these cultural identities as I've talked with extensively my girl Robotics. She knows my perspective on this. They're just thought coffins, bro. We jump into them. We get nailed down to them. This as she's put it to me. We nail ourselves into them, and then we fucking die in them, bro.
Okay.
And I'm done with that.
Maybe I didn't ask the right question per se. Okay. Let's say we all agree to what you're saying right now. Okay. And we say, we all understand what this means. We say, fuck it. We're not going to think about the white people. We're going to worry about ourselves. We're going to fix ourselves. What does that look like? And
so I'll give you one example. Is it okay? You ready? I think I understand what you're asking. I'll give you one example. I studied extensively academic self-esteem, and particularly among African American kids. I've done my work in most inner cities throughout New Jersey. I've dedicated my life to work I serve predominantly in my private practice, predominantly Black families, individuals, couples, children. Right. So this is the work I've done for all my life. Right. Schools, in the hood. This is I work for the courts. I work for prison systems, detention centers. This is my life's work. Right. And so what I found when I was at university and I studied academic self-esteem, I wanted to kind of find ways in which I can kind of boost Black self-esteem. And so I started studying what are the issues. One of the major barriers to academic self-esteem among Blacks is this thing called academic disidentification. So what happens is when the self-esteem is threatened, the ego creates defense mechanisms, and it will, some ways, avoid the situation. And so academic disidentification is turning away from education, and then not only do they turn away from it, but they deem it as something other than culturally appropriate for them. So I'll give it in simple terms. If you're talking smart, if you speak standard English, you're talking white. If you raise your hand, you're acting white. You're acting like a white boy. So now they've given academic credibility. They've given all academics, they've given learning to white folks. They surrendered their right to having academic self-esteem, to pushing themselves, to growing their minds, to having a growth mindset, to pushing past failure. So they give themselves a path to avoiding that. And so if they understood that these things are an illusion, if they understood that excellence is about excellence and it's possible for them to push past failure, no matter the color of their skin, that they can speak in a range of ways and still be considered great and acceptable in their community, because nobody wants to be rejected, bro. As I talk about these things in a time when they're killing us in the streets, you know how scary that is for a black man to say to another black man, "We not black." I get it, bro. I get it. That's why when you was pissed, I deeply apologize, because I get where you coming from. I'm on your team.
Why do you keep on trying to push that narrative, bro? I wasn't pissed off. I'm literally sitting over here.
Well, a little bit.
No, I've been sitting over here laughing the whole time.
It's a tough conversation.
All right, then, guy. All right, keep on going.
I get it. It's not on you. And I think your biggest concern, which is legitimate, is what do the other, who are not a part of our group, do with this narrative to empower their cause and justify their bullshit?
No, that's not my point.
I got you, bro.
That's not my point at all. By no stretch
you're
of
worried
imagination.
about the white person who, and you're also worried about the
black
person.
Do you ever take the time to listen? Because I quite literally have said this.
Maybe I'm missing you. Go ahead, man. Go.
You are completely. Again, I've asked the question. The question is, what does this racial understanding of self and utopia of self what does it look
gave you
like?
An example, bro.
No,
That's
you didn't give an example. You gave me psychobabble. You gave me Negro babble.
And we have created, if I'll give it to you very, in general, although blacks are not a monolith, we have created a counterculture as a function of survival and being, in terms of being marginalized by white America. We have created a counterculture that has steeped itself in,
ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call Negro babble.
Very stereotypes.
I'm asking him, what is the solution, and ultimately, what does that solution look like?
Let's be very clear.
And y'all listen to him and tell me if he's giving an answer.
With the most clout and bang, the motherfucker with the most with the whip and fucks the most women, all the fucking deep levels of deep internalized pathology. These are the narrow definitions of blackness that we have internalized, that are the bane of our existence.
Who said anything about blackness?
Group in this world comes into this country, and even though they're hated, like Indians, Southeast Asians, they call them sand niggas. They hate every other fucking group.
This is called Negro babble, people.
Because we can't get our worldview to be united. We can't get ourselves as blacks to transcend these limited notions of black life. Now, for me to tell a motherfucker in the hood, yo, listen, this is not, stop listening to these rap. I work with these kids. I work with these kids who are trying to, do community-based, probation and trying to socialize their mind and teach them a healthy identity racially, right? I work with these kids to try to give them an understanding of themselves that's outside.
This is Negro babble, people.
I start to teach them about how their music influences them, how their music choices influence. They like, yo, we not listening to that common shit.
A black nigga on this app, and I'm talking to him, and I'm asking him, what does his solution look like? And this is his answer to what his solution looks like.
I'm talking about blacks in the fucking suburbs, These kids, if I was a kid, I would have fucked them up back in the day. They would have been able to hold, but they gangsters in these suburbs based on the fucking music that they're listening to and the culture that that they glorify. Very narrow definitions of what it means to be black. Yo, we're more susceptible in low communities to these fucking narrow images of what it means to be black. Why? Because we don't believe in the utility of education to get us the fuck out of here.
Okay.
We don't believe that there's a path out. So we have a very now-centric, present moment orientation that in some ways undoes our fucking ability to be successful. So by transcending race, we start to examine all of this shit.
Okay.
And think critically about the counterculture that we now have internalized and are glorifying.
Okay, let's say again. I'm gonna try this. Let me reword it. Okay, let's bypass. Let's say what you're saying is absolutely right, and we transcend this ideal of race as a collective, then what? What does it look like?
Whites and blacks?
What? No, what does it look like?
I'm sorry. What did you mean? What do you
mean? Okay, we're all in the United States, right? Okay. So
you're saying, but are you saying we transcend, we as a collective humanity, we as a collective so-called black?
Just like black people, because you just said I'm not here to teach white people. So we're talking about we transcend. Like
is us thinking about ourselves. Can
I finish the question? Can I finish the question? Can I finish the question?
We start putting our minds.
Can I finish the question?
Okay, go ahead, man.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Okay, now we're not worrying about white people. Again, if we as black people transcend this idea and this concept of race and we throw it off of us, what does that look like for us as we stand as a collective in the United States? What does that look like? What is the ultimate outcome after this happens? Please explain.
So I gave you the example of how it works in terms of education. So now race exists on a couple different levels. You look at it as a system, right? So you can look at this in terms of business. Let's just look at it first. We'll take it on that level, right? We can, on every level, it makes us examine things because that's really what it does ultimately. It starts to make us think about ourselves as infinite beings with infinite potential. So now instead of having a narrow margin of career choice, for example,
this is called Negro Babble.
Whereas most kids, what they would call, like this guy Super, he talks about, and you guys can look that up, there's career models where they talk about the earlier levels, the fantasy levels of career choice. Most white kids disengage
is what is dangerous for black folks today.
Kids, we hold on to what would be considered the fantasy.
This is called up until a Negro that has recycled old talking points from the 60s, 70s, and early 80s. And still has no solution.
The problem is
this is called Negro Babble. This means I have no answer for you. This means I don't know.
Images of black lawyers.
That's what this is.
We idealize through our music, not the lawyers. We idealize the rappers. We idealize the entertainers, the basketball players. And so I'm not knocking everyone who wants to have that as an ambition, but how that is problematic is it's not great enough or realistic. There cannot be that many of us to be able to fill these roles. Now, I don't want to take away anybody's dream, but for myself, for example, I was an All-American football player. Let me just say this to you just give me 2 seconds on this because I know it sounds like it's a side. I'm just want to tell you, I was an All-American.
This nigga's been talking since I started, y'all. Number 2 defensive line. I ain't said a damn word. I'm just listening to this nigga. Say nothing. Just babble, 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 babble.
So I chose out of all the schools, I was given scholarships everywhere in the country. I chose to play ball for Rutgers University. I was the first All-American to ever attend Rutgers University. It was a big deal. It was in front of all these newspapers. I've been on ESPN. I've had a great career playing football. I was a captain of the football team. I was had a great experience playing college football, right? But here's the thing. I knew I was going to be a doctor no matter where the fuck football took me. Now that's the difference. That's the difference. Because the reality is when I played football, I was still going to class hard because football wasn't going to be my end goal. Right? My end goal was to be a doctor. And at the end, I was given a choice. I didn't get drafted, but I was given a choice to come work out on some combines and do some other things around that for the Giants and also for the Raiders. They were in Los Angeles at the time. But I was also accepted to Columbia University to go do my doctorate.
This is a nigga on an app that I'm on.
Instead of pursuing a career in athletics where I could have, 5 more, 10 more years maybe? I have a lifetime of changing and impacting my community because I viewed being a doctor as more valuable than being a football player. This is an example of how when we throw off these limited understandings of self, we can broaden what we're able to achieve. Now, here's the thing. I graduated in 4 years, not because I'm fucking smart, because I fucking worked around the clock during the summers. I have a disgusting work ethic. Most football players that didn't even graduate who came in with me.
Okay.
They didn't even graduate.
Okay.
And the other guys who did, there was only, when 27 guys came in my class in that year, only 4 of us graduated. The other 3 guys were kickers, bro.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So let me get this straight.
I got them to pay for my master's degree.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Because
Rutgers
my eye was on the prize. I'm not bragging. You dig what I'm saying? I'm just trying to explain to you how my eye was. I was always set on a certain disposition because it was always told to me that from early on I was going to be a doctor.
Right. Okay. So what you're saying is basically if we shake off, if we transcend.
Who graduated from an Ivy League university and taught at a university in the state. They graduate 10 in the country every year.
Okay. So what you're saying is, so what you're saying is if we transcend the idea of this concept of race that has been pushed upon us, then we can also, all of us black people, we can all become what we really truly want.
No, what I'm saying is we can widen the range of beliefs about what's possible for us.
Right. Oh, okay. My bad.
Broader.
Okay.
We'll expose ourselves to more things.
Right.
There are experiences that were. No, I'm not saying all black people, because many black people. There's tons of lawyers listening to this right now. There's, you know what I'm saying? Like there's. We're not saying all black people. We're saying the part of us that are struggling as black people. The subset, and I'm not saying, and I need you to hear me, bro. Not everybody's meant to do that. They're meant, but there's also a degree of so. And also it becomes about entrepreneurship. So go get a skilled trade. It's ultimately about work ethic and not wanting things in an immediacy. It's about not comparing yourself to say that guy has clothes with a name brand and I have shitty sneakers, so I should feel bad about myself. So let me go out here and get the immediate commerce of the street, make this money, and end up by myself in jail. It's about a whole mindset that's plaguing our kids, man.
Right, and that mindset can all be shaken off by losing the concept of race that white people have put upon us, correct?
We're simplifying it, but if we start to, it makes us have to re-examine everything that we understand as black culture.
Okay.
Because there's no such thing as black culture.
Right. Okay. Okay. And so again, so far this is what I've got. So
of the way that we're living.
Okay, so far this is what I've got.
Marginalized.
So
being
far
discriminated against. Like it's like chitlins, bro.
Okay, bro.
It's like chitlins. That's the best example.
Can I walk with you on this walk? I appreciate it. I just want to walk with you on this walk. So what you're saying is once we as black people get over the concept of race, because white people gave us this concept and we've accepted it. And because we've accepted this concept of race, once we drop this concept of race, we'll be able to broaden our mind and we'll be able to reach better goals and higher goals than in which we are reaching today. Now, let's say that happens. Hold on.
Some of the more pathologized definitions of blackness, we won't internalize them. We'll question them. We'll increase our experience. But not only that, we'll also not internalize the negative stereotypes that we defy.
Right. And then after we reach,
I want you guys to look this up because there's 37 people listening. Stereotype threat is this experimental design that was done by Claude Steele, the psychologist, who basically the achievement gap and whatever domain of achievement you want to examine. It's been the biggest question in why is there a significant difference in performance between whites and blacks? This is a major question, right? And so this is in academics, and so they of course the first thing they want to say is that you're genetically inferior, but that's been disproven, right? That's not exactly what's going on.
Why are we really, bro? Now after we've reached this transcendent point of throwing off this concept of race, and we've reached a higher place that we can excel to be our greater selves, to be better doctors and lawyers in this United States, and we're not giving a fuck about these white people, then what?
And skilled workers.
Right, okay, and skilled workers, blase. Then what?
A wider range of blackness.
Then what? What does that look like?
It's the dream, man.
What is that word? What is that world? What is that United States of America going to look like?
Let's put that out to some of the thinkers in the audience.
No, let's put it out to you. What is that America going to look like?
We repeat in our minds, and that's what we say first. We say nigga in our head first before we say it out loud. And I think that's what Dr. P is referring to, is a subconscious mind, and what you fill it with is very important. I've definitely studied more of that now and realizing how much power is in the words that I say.
The iceberg, bro. The iceberg.
Okay, now can you answer the question? What is that America going to look like?
I answered it 7 times, man.
No, what is that America? You didn't answer this.
You're upset that we're talking about words?
Again,
started because you.
Again, what does that world, what does that USA look like, Dr. Pete?
So here's my thinking. This is my thinking. All right. And this is the best I can answer. Once we transcend this, once we rise as a people and we broaden what is our cultural standard, we broaden it, and we already have. And I think that's what Obama stands for, signifies. I think that's what Kamala Harris signifies. I think that that's what these images portray for us, and it is the most valuable, if I could say, of anything, that it means to have these people in these roles. It broadens our stand.
What did I tell you? I told y'all, didn't I? I told you, Negro babble. That's what I just told all y'all, right? I told y'all, Negro babble.
This is not true. That this is a systematic creation.
Listen to this Negro babble.
As a teacher said, the most famous black anthropologist that there is, Ivan Van Sertima, man is man is man. Meaning, there is no difference. It's about who is in power. We are humans. We are spiritual beings. We're taking a physical journey. We need to be present in this journey in ways and free ourselves from the entrapments of these identities. Because trying to even have discussions with them creates such stress and discord within ourselves and between ourselves that we are lost as a people, as humanity.
That's a good question, Cameron.
That's some powerful shit, bro. Once we
does symbolism matter more than substance?
White people, I think then are going to start to say, well, maybe we aren't white.
Okay. Does symbolism
superior?
Okay.
Maybe we're not superior. Maybe we're just humans too. Let's all just get along.
Right. So we're wait. Hold on. So you wait. Hold on. Did I hear you right? Did you just said once we can do that? No, hold on. No. Hey, bro, let me ask my question. I've been listening to you. Let me ask my question. So are you saying, did you just say to me and everybody in this room that once black people can transcend the concept of race and we can lift ourselves up to bigger and brighter places, then hopefully white people will start seeing us in a different way?
If they don't, that will be to their detriment. And that is none of my fucking business, bro.
Oh, it's not?
Bro, it is not.
Oh,
you
okay.
know why?
Okay.
Because we will have acquired, we will have penetrated the systems. We will be presidents of corporation of the United States. We will be in Congress. We will be all through this motherfucking system running shit. Guess what? They gave me the keys, bro. I'm a doctor now, bro. I can actually fucking afford to do some things, to make some change, to influence some minds, bro. They gave me the keys now, bro.
Right, and it took you to, and the way you became that doctor is by transcending, and the way you became that doctor, is by transcending this idea of and concept of race, and that's why you were able to better yourself and become the doctor that you are.
I spent my whole life deeply stressing the
concept. Totally
dedicated my whole life.
Oh my God,
communities.
This guy's a fucking genius.
And not really having the words to explain what the fuck was going on.
This guy's a genius.
Like deeply traumatized.
Absolutely traumatized, right? Because we're all traumatized Negroes. You're right. Totally, you're a fucking genius.
No, I didn't say you are. I said I am.
Totally fucking genius.
To some degree, we're all struggling. If you're paying
attention,
then yes, we are all traumatized.
Absolutely, bro.
If you're paying attention, then we're deeply traumatized.
Preach, brother.
History,
preach.
Post-traumatic slave syndrome. Whatever you want to call it.
Preach, brother.
We're deeply traumatized.
Yeah, preach, brother.
I don't know, man. Let me pop some, man.
There's just always a dichotomy, that goes on with this discussion because you have racism and then you have the spiritual nature of our true being and how we get.
And see, these motherfuckers want to keep on bringing up the spiritual self as our true being. Negro, you can transcend the concept of race and you can transcend yourself into a higher spiritual self. How the fuck is that gonna help you when these motherfucking white folks don't give two shits about you not believing in the concept of fucking race because they still see you as a motherfucking nigga?
Supersede that and understand that at the core of our being that we are
This
energetic beings.
is psychobabble Negro bullshit.
Is ultimately a deception.
This nigga just told every single fucking black person in this room that if you throw away the concept of race, white people,
black people as a monolith or white people as a monolith. No.
White people.
No, we got to give them voice, man. We got to.
Always exceptions noted.
Good job, man.
No, I don't have to do that.
Stop it.
Good.
I am fully aware of all kinds of privileges that all kinds of people have.
Okay, I don't care about white people psychobabble. Remember, we don't care about white people.
You see, that's fucked up, man.
But we don't care about white people. Remember, we're supposed to not give a shit about white people. Right? And we're supposed to transcend ourselves and our race, bro. What are you talking about? I'm just taking your advice.
I'm just listening to
No, I'm just taking your advice, Dr. Pete, because that shit was fucking genius.
I'm not trying to influence.
No, because that shit was genius. No, Dr. Pete, that shit was absolute genius.
I want to hear them, man.
No, I don't care about white people's shit.
Damn, that's messed up. Hey, what's going on, Dr. Pete? I don't know if you know me, but I know you. I've been watching you for a hot little minute. The name is I'm the creator of the Golden Mic Awards, aka the Stereo.
Yeah, this nigga is doing the same shit that we was doing in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and the early 80s.
This month. You can go to allonstereo.com.
That's what he's doing.
Various categories that we have, or you can get any of your listeners to do the same. I've never heard Izzy Atheist, so I don't know if they're eligible yet, but I mean.
Yo, I appreciate you, Hype. I didn't pop the bubble, man. Izzy's a little tight right now. He's running through comments. But I just want to say to you, man, I heard about your goal.
You know what? Hey, bro. Hey, this is okay. So check this out. What we're not gonna do. What we're not gonna do is no. What we're not gonna do. What we're not gonna do. What we're not gonna do. No, what we're not going to do. What we're not going to do. No. Dr. P, I've been sitting here and I've been listening. And what we're not going to do is we're not going to sit here and we're not going to try to throw these little fucking bullshit jabs. Again, I've listened to you. And you know what? Here's the thing. You know what? You can sit here. No. Hey, Dr. P, you have this problem. Dr. P, you have this problem with not allowing people to speak. Okay? So check this out.
I'm not gonna run a show with you like
okay,
this, bro.
Okay, then bye. See ya.
All right, man.
Peace.
Peace be with you, man.
Peace.
Yo, the love is
See
there.
ya.
Know that, man.
See ya.
Yo, just
bye.
The love is there, bro.
The fuck I look like? I've sat here. Wait, how many people? How often did I talk? How much did I let that motherfucker talk? Y'all, I did this shit on purpose. I opened this just so I could quite literally make sure that this was right here. So I had the video at the same time as listening to this psychobabble bullshit. And I've listened to him. And this is the problem with black folks today. Okay, listen, you know what? I'm going to tell y'all something. This is how the conversation's been going for the last hour. I could literally replay this last hour for y'all. Okay? Actually, for an hour and a half, probably. I literally got up, went outside, and let this nigga keep on talking. And you saw how hard it was. You saw how hard it was for me to do nothing but a single little thing. And you know what that single little thing was? Just to ask a question. And then he wanted to throw in his little punch of, oh, he's a little tight. Oh, he's in his feelings a little bit. I've been sitting in here listening to this shit, laughing at this Negro. Because what he's done is quite literally, listen, this motherfucker quite literally came into my room talking this psychobabble bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe the type of shit that you just heard, and you are a black man or black woman, let me tell you something. I want y'all to understand something. Stop talking about race. Stop talking about racism. Just don't do it. Mind your business. Stay in your lane. Let other motherfuckers deal with this shit. Because that shit, I asked him in 4 different ways. Since I started this stream, I asked him 4 separate ways of what does that solution look like and what does that future look like. And there was nothing but Negro babble, Negro babble, Negro babble, Negro babble. Answering every single fucking thing outside what is the solution and what does that solution look like. Listen, people. I'm not going to sit here and act like I got all the answers. And if you didn't notice how this Negro kept on trying to bring up his college education as some sort of stamp of approval because white people gave him a whole bunch of pieces of paper, that in some way made what he was saying more viable than anything else. Yeah, I think he's in his 50s or some shit, 50s or 60s. And you saw when I kept on saying, nope, not listening to these niggas, not listening to these white people, you gonna answer my questions. He was like, oh, I can't do this with you. I'm not gonna do this with you. I'm not gonna run the show like this. You wouldn't stop talking. Y'all saw me. I literally sat here and listened to this psychobabble. Had I have not said shit, he would have kept on going. And in order for me to get his attention, in order to answer a question, I had to quite literally scream. Hey, can I talk? Listen, black folks, listen. The reason why I came on here and the reason why I was playing that, okay, and I want y'all to make sure y'all understand. Number one, because I know everybody on there is going to be like, oh, he's tight and he's in his feelings. No, I'm not. I came on here and I wanted to play that because I wanted you guys to witness the fucking Negro babble that comes out of fucking black folks' mouth. As black people, if we say we need a plan in order to get out of the situation in which we're in, and you say, well, I have a plan, and my plan, this is how it goes. First, what we have to do is we have to understand that race is a construct, and this construct is fake. And the only reason this construct is real is because we as black people accept that construct. And I don't care about white people. I'm not here to teach white people. I'm not here for them at all. But black people, you need to understand that the construct of race is fucking false and no longer live by it. And what this will do, it will allow you to think in this more open-minded way. And thinking in this more open-minded way is going to give you the magical ability to go to college and actually fucking graduate. Because apparently, if we still believe about this concept of race, you're not capable of fucking graduating, being a doctor, getting doctorate, PhDs, fucking AAs. You can't get shit because you're too consumed with the concept of race. Now, after you have completely shedded yourself off with this concept of race, and you look at yourself as a spirit, as a whole being, what you are then able to do is you won't go through life with all these questions of self. And you won't have to worry about racism. You won't have to worry about the system of white supremacy. You won't be caught up by these petty things because you'll understand that race is nothing more than a concept. So racism and white supremacy are clearly nothing more than concepts that mean nothing. And then you'll be able to walk around the United States with your head held high, and you'll be able to achieve all of the magical things that you ever wanted to achieve. Because if you didn't know, the reason why you're in this situation is because all of you black people go around calling each other niggas, and you believe in the concept of race. So just leave the concept of race behind. Leave it behind. Shed it like it's a caterpillar skin and bloom into the beautiful fucking butterfly that you are. Spread your wings and flutter away, flutter away, flutter away, my dear brothers and sisters. And be the most possible, most full and full of life fucking butterfly spirit you can ever be. And what that will do is at some time in the future, white people will start to catch on. I'm not making this up. That's what he said. And eventually, all the other white people will catch up. But because you recognize that the concept of race is just that, a concept. Because you can see that concepts are only real if we make them real. These constructs are only limiting to us as long as we believe them. And because of that, as soon as you let this construct go, you kill racism and the system of white supremacy that has been a detriment to you since 1619. And you no longer have to worry about it. And the only thing that you have to worry about, because racism is now dead and the system of white supremacy is now dead, now all you have to do is wait for the white people to catch up. And don't get me wrong, maybe not all the white people will get it, but enough of them will. But because you've thrown off these constraints of the ideas of race, there is no racism, right? There is no white supremacy, so white people are just going to have to get on the next bus. They're going to have to get on the next boat. And they're going to have to catch up. It won't be you having to catch up. It'll be them. I was sitting outside. I was talking with someone while he was in here doing all this psychobabble bullshit, right? I was sitting outside and they was like, what are you doing? I can hear somebody talking. Are you on the phone? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just letting this fucking old nigga talk because he clearly has to get some things off his fucking chest. And, you know, I don't want to interrupt him because he's just been talking and won't stop talking. Well, what is he talking about? Well, he's talking about racism. And I explained to him what he just explained to you that I just summarized to you. And I said to him, this is dangerous. This is dangerous psychobabble bullshit for black folks. The whole time. The whole time. Wanting to bring racism and the system of white supremacy into a spiritual construct too. Here, let's just throw this all in together like it's spaghetti. Let's just wrap up all the noodles and then throw some tomato sauce on it. As a matter of fact, I think I'm out of tomato sauce. Let's just get some ketchup. Yeah, ketchup. That's what that shit was. It was noodles and fucking ketchup. And the noodles weren't even cooked. And black folks always be fucking asking me some shit. You know, like I do these scopes and I'm always like talking and introducing and trying to explain and go into detail, right? I always am trying to go into detail and trying to make sure that people understand what racism and white supremacy is. I always do this. And I do this for a reason, right? Because see, the thing is, Nelly Fuller Jr. said it the best. And I want y'all to think back, and if you need to, come back and watch this and listen to that fucking old-timey Negro babble that he was talking. And I want you to remember Neely Fuller Jr. And he says, if you don't understand racism, white supremacy, everything else is going to be nothing more than confusion. Y'all, that is Nelly Fuller. That's Nelly Fuller's prediction right in front of you. That's what that is. That was old Negro babble. No solution, no conclusion, no idea on how it was going to help or detrimentally affect us as Black people. Nothing. And you know what he did? He had the fucking audacity. He had the audacity to try to use an appeal to an authority fucking fallacy in order to try to make his argument sound some way legitimate. This is embarrassing. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Ladies and gentlemen, well, actually, Black folks. You want to know why we in the situation we in as Black people today? You want to know why we're dealing with the things that we deal with on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month, year-to-year basis? It's old Negro babble like that. That's why. That's why. Now, look, I don't claim to have all the answers. By no stretch of the imagination do I claim to have all the answers, because I don't. I don't have all the answers. But what I do know is repeating the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. I know that's called fucking insanity. Literally. Now, some of you motherfuckers don't like me. People don't like me, and that's cool. I get it. I ain't mad. You know, I can understand why some people wouldn't like me, right? I can understand. I really can. I can understand why people don't like me. Because I'm a little bit of an asshole. But if you think in any shape or form that Negro babble bullshit from fucking the 1950s, 60s, or 70s is going to help us get out of the situation in which we're in today, then you have sorely lost your fucking mind. Listen. You know what is a better decision? Here, I'm gonna fuck y'all up with this shit. You know what's a better decision than keeping on doing the same old shit? A better position would to be ultra fucking conservatives and all vote for the fucking Republicans would be a better idea than that shit. Not saying it would work. Just saying it would be different than the same old bullshit trap that old motherfucker was trying to put you in. Oh, you know, let's be spiritual beings and wave our caterpillar butterfly arms and flutter away, flutter away, flutter away. Like, are you fuckers crazy? Oh, Lord have mercy. Like, are you serious? See, and here's the thing. I want y'all to understand something. A lot of people always wonder, why is Izzy so mean? Why you always cut people off? Why you always do this? Why you always do that? Because I don't like to listen to that kind of fuckboy shit. I do this shit because I've heard all these stupid ass arguments. I do it because I've seen these old people fail and put us in the situation in which we're in today because they didn't feel like keeping on going, because they were happy, because they settled, because they felt, hey, I can buy a house now wherever the fuck I want. We won. And what that's actually done is created a space which pushed us back even more. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. No, I don't think Dr. Pete will change his mind, because Dr. Pete couldn't even keep his mouth shut long enough for somebody to fucking have an opposite idea in order to challenge his idea to maybe come to some sort of small little consensus to, you know, think about other people's opinion. because he was so busy appealing to his own fucking bullshit authority, which is one of the biggest fallacies when you start talking about shit. He didn't want to listen to nobody. He didn't want to listen to anybody. He didn't want to be changed. He didn't want his ideals changed. He wanted to keep on choo-chooing right down that goddamn track. He didn't give a shit that another fucking choo-choo was coming the opposite way on the same damn track. No, he wanted to keep on going. And what happens when you have two choo-choos going down the same track in the opposite direction, coming together at this direction, going like this? What happens? See, he wanted to try to push it off and blow it off as this idea of, oh, two alpha males. This is two alpha males, and one of them can handle it. Look at me, I'm winning. He thought this shit was a competition. See, I don't compete with black men when it has to do with the future of black people. I don't do that. I have conversations. I have dialogue. I try to listen to their point of views, and I hopefully can get them to listen to some of my point of views. See, the thing is I don't have time to play big dick, who's got the bigger dick game. I don't have time to fucking play the pissing game and bullshit. You know, we had actually had like 30, 40 people in the fucking room. And as hard as I tried to keep having dialogue with this man, he'd be like, you know what? I'm sorry. I wasn't letting you talk. I wasn't listening to your side. Here, go ahead, talk. I would start talking. He would cut me off. And we must have did that about 6 times. I don't fight with black men. I don't play let's go back and forth like that when it has to do with black folks' business. I don't do it. This is supposed to be a doctor, a man of influence, a dude that young black men should be able to look up to and say, now that is a motherfucking black man. Look at him. He's a doctor. You know what I mean? Stand-up individual. He's an open-minded, and he has a plan. No. That fucking black man is a detriment to us as a collective. He's a detriment to young black men and women every time he opens his mouth. Every time he speaks on this. And y'all be wondering, why the fuck don't Izzy be doing this? Why did Izzy stop? Because of dumb shit like that. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, do niggas even want change? This nigga's worried about you calling another black man nigga. Let this sink in for a second. Oh, well, when we call ourselves niggas, what we're doing is we're showing our internalized racism of ourself. That's what we're doing. And we need to stop doing these type of things because it just shows that you hate yourself. A word. A word. Wait, I don't know if y'all heard me. A word. All right. How many people know the history of that word, nigga? How many people know where this word came from and where it stemmed from? Anybody? Can you just put a 1 in the room if you know? Write it in the room if you know. Or say, hey, I want to come up and I'll let you up if you're on Haps. Does anybody? If you don't, it's all good. Because I'll tell you, because if there's one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let you know. Let's see. Let me call up. You, Donald Trump, the move. Okay, so what you're going to have to do, because it looks like you are on Periscope, if you really want to come up, I don't think you want to do this to yourself, honestly, right now, because if you come up here and you try any of that kind of fuckboy shit, I'm going to make you look real stupid. But, hey, who am I? Because I don't tell nobody no. So, if you want to come up, what you're going to have to do is go on Haps. HAPPS. Download it on your phone or get on your laptop. Make a profile. Add me. My name is Izzy High on here. IZZYHIGH. Add me. Come into the room. Say, hey, I'm here. This is Donald Trump from Periscope. I'll say, oh, okay, cool. And then I'll invite you up. And then what you'll have to do is go to your notifications, tap on the invite. The invite will take you to a page. Then what you do is you wait for this stream to come up. It'll say old school racism. You tap on that. After you tap on that, you'll be invited into the room and we'll be able to have a conversation. You are more than welcome to come in if you want. But I suggest that's too much work. Fuck all that. Oh, is it too much work for you to fucking, troll? Because I know that's what you wanted to do. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. You know what? The one thing I do like about fucking apps is trolls are way too fucking lazy to fucking come up on Periscope come up on Haps and actually fucking be a troll. It's just way too hard for them. They're too lazy. One thing I know about trolls is y'all are a lazy bunch. You know that? Anyway. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the old Negro spirituals, better known as old Negro babble, that you guys got to witness today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are dealing with somebody and they acting like they the chief, they got all the answers, I'm the next leader, I'm the next Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, I'm the next Umar, Tyreek, or whoever the fuck. Make sure you ask them very simple questions such as, what's the solution? What's the plan? And what will it ultimately become? And if they can't answer those questions, or the answers to those questions do not fucking match up with the work that they're telling you to do, fucking walk away. God is real. Prove that God is real. I'll wait. And while you figure out a way to try to prove God is real, I'll get back to my stream. All right. I think I'm gonna have to do something, man. I think I'm gonna have to fucking start concentrating on old Negroes who don't know how to fucking move the fuck on. Might have to do that shit. Didn't want to do that shit, but I guess I'm gonna have to. So while I was listening to that nigga babble, I was putting together this back plate. So at least I was actually getting something done. I didn't waste all the time. I didn't waste all the time. Did not waste all the time. It must be they're problematic. Yeah. Look, like real shit though, like no bullshit, all bullshit aside, you know, people that kind of talk, that kind of babble talk is really, really super dangerous for Black folks. And I think if there were more of the people that I look upon to be, well learned, educated, scholarly, understand things, understand history, I think they would probably say the same thing as I'm saying right now. I really do. I really do. I really do. I'm fine. I'm good. Go get me a bottle. Maybe go get some ice. Maybe go get me a little 6-pack or some shit. And work on this cell phone. You know what I mean? But besides that, I'm good. But as a person who does this shit, and I've been doing this shit for, the last 15 fucking years, damn near 20 years. To run into these type of Negroes, these type of folks in the black community, like I think that even me and Unlabeled would be able to come up with better fucking ideals, better solutions than what that motherfucker just offered. And we all know who the fuck Unlabeled is. He's contrary just to be fucking contrary. And I think I could have not only came up with a better solution working with that nigga, I think he could have came up with a better solution all by his lonesome fucking self. Now, when you know me and you know Unlabeled, you know we do not agree on shit. Now, if I'm saying that shit, oh Lord have mercy. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Okay. Oh fucking Lord. All right. So if you guys could please share this out. Share it out, and I will give this 3 minutes. Nobody comes in, nobody figures out. Let's salt and pepper. Oh, the salt and pepper biopic. Oh, yeah. I'm not interested. Don't get me wrong. Is it interesting? Alive? Is it interesting? Thank you. I appreciate it. Is it interesting? Thank you. Hey, Cameron, thank you, bro. I really do appreciate it. Let's see what Rob is saying. Let's see what Rob is doing. We in 1985. Okay. It's on Lifetime. Oh, I don't watch Lifetime. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. All right. Well, doesn't seem like anybody's coming in. So, hey, man. Mario Van Peebles did. Yeah, I think I'm still good. Had to think about it for a second. Gave it about 30 seconds to think about. But I think I'll still pass. I think I'll just let that one go. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna end this, y'all. I have had fun. It has been very, very pay attention to that shit, man. If you want, rewatch this shit. If you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, go rewatch this. You know what I mean? Share this out. It'll be on YouTube if you miss it. All right. With that being said, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your effort. Appreciate everything. Cameron, thank you for the 2 awards that you dropped by. I appreciate that. Rebecca, thank you for the award that you dropped by. I appreciate it. Extra shout outs go out to you both. Thank you very much. I'll come back later and shit, chill, and just kick back or something. I don't know. We'll see. See how I'm feeling. But I appreciate you guys coming in. You already know how to fucking find me. Hit me up on Instagram, IZUHIGH420, IZUHIGH420, or on Snapchat, the exact same, IZUHIGH420. It'll come up as Hippie Thug. And if you have my number, give me a text. All right. That being said, stay up, stay real, stay black, stay doing your motherfucking thing. Sochi, thank you for coming in, sweetheart. Appreciate it. I didn't see you in there. But thank you. Thank you. I will talk to you guys shortly.